Good morning, glad you could join us. Hey, this past Sunday, one of the things we talked about was, it's something that's not really that much fun, but it's interesting. It's called hypocrisy. It's kind of like where we're clean on the outside, but dirty on the inside. Yeah, that's kind of what we talked about. In Matthew chapter 6, verse 1 in the Message, which is by Eugene Patterson, it says, "Be especially careful when you're trying to do good so that you don't be especially careful when you're trying to be good so that you don't make a performance out of it. It might be good theater, but the God who made you won't be applauding." God sees through us. He wants us to be good, but not just so that other people think that we're good. And it's so easy to fall prey to it, right? I mean, we want to do the right thing, and then people notice, and we're like, aha, see, this is cool. People are noticing. And that's where we can start to get ourselves into trouble. So Jesus used the word quite a bit. And there was one occasion where he was talking to the Pharisees and some of the scribes, they're not the actual teachers, they just write stuff down, they're kind of students, whatever. And one of them said, "Oh, careful, Jesus, because when you're saying that about those guys, some of it almost kind of hits us." And then Jesus makes it clear, "I was aiming at you too. The goal was to offend everyone." Jesus tells us the truth. Why? Because he loves us. It's like you go to the doctor, right? And you say, this is what some people do. It's like, well, I have an unspoken prayer request. Try that with a doctor. I have an unspoken illness. I mean, eventually they might be able to figure it out. But the doctor can't fix what's wrong if he doesn't know what it is. And Jesus wants to get at the heart of the matter with us. So, what does Jesus say in Matthew chapter 23, verses 5 and 13? "All their works they do to be seen by men. But woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites." So here's the thing. The issue is to be seen by men, because we need to be doing good stuff. Jesus didn't say, don't do good stuff, do bad stuff so people will think you're bad. He didn't say that. He didn't say that at all. Nor did he say, do not let your works be seen. No, he said, let people see what you do, and they'll give glory to your Father in heaven. Who do you want the glory to go to? Who do you want the glory to go to? And there's some things, some good works like benevolence and teaching, that they have to be seen in order to work, okay? To accomplish what they're supposed to do. So to do something good is to do something good. But the motivation behind it, that's what we need to make sure that we've got the right perspective on. To do good, to be seen, is not good. And only you can answer that. And maybe you need to take a little time with Jesus and kind of try to figure that out. But 3 things about hypocrisy, okay? Number 1, expect no credit for good deeds. Do good stuff and it's just like, you know what, God, I don't expect any credit for it. I've seen people on Christian television with checks that are like so big, they're bigger than the ATM. They're not real checks. But I just love it when they get up there with that big check and they say, I want no credit for this. Well, then don't go on television, okay? The second thing is give financial gifts in secret. There are occasions where we need to kind of let somebody know. But in general, there's so much. And I know that as the pastor of a church, there's a lot of things that change hands in a church. There are people who give things to the church to give to somebody else. There's all kinds of cool things that happen. Here's the other thing. Don't fake spirituality. And I think sometimes people try to use big spiritual words. Just be real. And God gets you. And here's something else. Just ask God, transform me from the inside out, because that's what he ultimately wants to do. God bless you. Have a great week.